Hi, my name is Jeff Sampson. I'm a professor of practice in strategy and technology at HKU Business School. I grew up far away from Hong Kong in the middle of nowhere in Texas on a farm and ranch. It was a great place to grow up as a kid. You could do anything you wanted because there was nobody around. The nearest house was 1 mile away. I can't believe it, but my parents let me start driving a car when I was 8 years old. I'm amazed I'm alive. I'm amazed they let me do it. But this is where we were. It was a fantastic place. I did my undergraduate degree in computer science. I did an MBA along the way, and then I did my PhD in strategy and MIS. After my bachelor studies, I went to work for IBM. I have to admit it, back then I was young and naive. I was totally confused. Here I grew up on a farm in Texas, and now I'm working for one of the best companies in the world. And I saw really smart people doing things that made no sense to me. So I became really frustrated. Am I right? Are they right? So I didn't know what to do. So I got an MBA. And near the end of my MBA program, I took a class called Strategic Uses of Technology. And it was all about blending strategy and technology, how new technology lets you do different things. New things are now possible or affordable. And it was really one of those eureka-like moments of insight. After the first class, I told the professor, I know this sounds stupid, but I want to do a PhD in this subject. And after my PhD, I was very fortunate and got a job at London Business School. And after that, I went to the University of Oxford. So I was in the UK for about 20 years. More recently, I spent 12 years on the faculty at the China-Europe International Business School. For the last 2 decades, I've worked as a strategic advisor to several large billionaire business families. As I begin my work with them, each time I ask them 2 questions. What does technology do that you could not do before? And in particular, what resources or investments do you have that digital technology will change the value of? Because technology can either increase the value of new or existing assets or reduce the value of existing assets and businesses. If you can't anticipate this, the market will destroy you. My research and consulting work exactly is at the intersection of these 2 questions, particularly in the realm of strategic planning. In today's fast-paced, uncertain environment, traditional planning methods, which are often based on linear assumptions, an extrapolation of today into tomorrow, a straight line, just simply aren't good enough for the dynamic world we're facing. So for example, I used to work with Nokia for many years. They were one of the best engineering manufacturing companies in the world for making handsets. These handsets would last 5 years minimum. Unfortunately, the customer replaced them every 12 to 18 months. I told them, look, you guys are the best at this. But unfortunately, in most high-tech industries, long-term, software is where you make the money, not hardware. And unfortunately, if you can't adapt to this transition, you're going to be making all this great handsets, all this work, and somebody else is going to be making most of the money from it. Ultimately, Nokia really struggled to adapt because as the industry did shift towards software and transforming their engineering-centric culture into a software-driven one proved to be a significant challenge in the competitive time frame they had to adapt. If you're fortunate enough to be at a great university like Hong Kong University, you must realize that the strength is not just from the professors. The intelligence is not just at the front of the room, it's throughout the room. There are amazing students around you doing amazingly clever things. And these guys will be your friends and network for the rest of your life. Take time to build friendships. It's going to make the journey much more enjoyable and also successful. An example from my own life. When my oldest daughter was applying to undergraduate university, I said, look, I don't care what university you go to, just go to the best one that you get into. Because be around smart people. These guys always do amazing and interesting things, and it'll take you places that you never anticipated. If I could close by just wishing one thing for every HKU student, is to open themselves up to a world of possibilities. Don't live predetermined lives. Look at myself. I grew up on a farm and ranch in Texas. I should not even have a passport, let alone 2, and lived in 6 different countries. You will miss amazing opportunities if you live in narrow confines, a narrow construct of who you think you are. The world is evolving. You must evolve. Trust your instincts. That's how I found the greatest pleasures and success in my life. If you have the knowledge that HK University can give you, combined with your intuition, you will be unbeatable. You will make a fortune. And when you do, remember the seeds of your success and think about HKU and donate part of your great success to us. Thank you very much.